Solar City hits some bumps in the road. We have a look at the state of the Supercharger network and some news on the Model 3 trunk room issue. Thanks go to Electrek for being the source of all three stories today. Here are your Tesla tidbits for August 17th, 2016. Solar City announced some restructuring today ahead of its merger with Tesla via an SEC filing after the close of the market. The solar provider will be laying off an unspecified number of employees, though the filing specified restructuring-related charges of $3 to $5 million, comprised mostly of severance benefits. In addition, co-founders Lyndon and Peter Reeve, CEO and CTO respectively, will have their salaries reduced to $1 a year. The move is intended to, quote, realign the company's operating expenses to match the company's reduced guidance for megawatts installed, end quote. While this is the official reason for the layoffs, Electrek posits that this is a proactive move for the upcoming merger to reduce redundant functions. Electrek has also picked up a report by the Tesla Motors Club user Troy, who is studying the growth of the Supercharger network. In an email to Electrek, he said, quote, "The reason I started this topic is because I thought it would be interesting to see what kind of effect the Model 3 will have on the Supercharger network. Can the Superchargers keep up, or will they be too crowded in the future? Currently, globally, there are less than 40 Teslas per Supercharger stall. We shall see how this number will change after the Model 3 launch. I plan to update the data until the end of 2018, end quote. Troy has done some very interesting work indeed. Up until Q1 2015, the number of Supercharger stalls added was improving the ratio of cars to stalls every quarter. Since that time, however, the ratio has only declined. And this is before they intend to put 400,000 cars on the road in a span of about 2 years in the Model 3. Troy breaks it down further by region. You're in great shape if you live in Italy, as the ratio is just under 3 cars per supercharger. On the other side of things, you're out of luck if you live in the Netherlands, where that number skyrockets to nearly 103 cars per supercharger. The US sits in the middle third of this measurement with just shy of 42 cars per supercharger. Thanks a ton to Troy for putting the data together. Finally today, we revisit the complaints of the Model 3 trunk space from the reveal event. While Elon assured us via tweet a while back that the situation has been handled, we have a bit more news in the form of a recent Bloomberg article that saw its author use a Model S to camp out. The author, Tom Randall, went into detail on how one goes about sleeping in a Model S and reached out to Tesla regarding the capability to do this in a Model 3. Citing sources familiar with the final design, Randall claimed that with the back seats folded flat, there was 5 feet 6 inches of space from the end of the trunk to the back of the front seats. For being more of a compact car than Model S, this is an impressive amount of rear storage available for owners. You can find all the links to the full stories in the description of the show. If you get some value out of the show, please consider supporting the podcast at patreon.com/Tesla Tidbits. Any and all support goes directly to my Model 3 fund and is most appreciated. Thanks again to my super patron John Waltauer for his support. If you've got no spare change, no problem. You can still show support without spending a dime through positive reviews, likes, and subscriptions on services like YouTube, iTunes, and Google Play, or by spreading word of the show to other Tesla lovers. If you have questions or feedback for me, you can reach me via email by messaging podcast@teslatidbits.com or on Twitter @TeslaTidbits. That's it for today. I'll see you back here again tomorrow. Until then, keep it charged and hit the road.